The city pulsed with life as dusk fell, its streets illuminated by flashing neon signs and glowing headlights. A black sedan rocketed through the chaos, narrowly missing a delivery truck. The driver, a man in a ski mask, gripped the wheel tightly, his eyes darting to the mirror. Behind him, a police cruiser sped through traffic, its lights slicing through the gloom like a predator's glare. The officer in pursuit, a steely-eyed woman with a resolute jaw, leaned forward, her gloved hands firm on the wheel. Her sirens were off. This wasn't a warning. It was a hunt. She maneuvered with surgical precision, tailing the sedan through tight turns and crowded intersections. The sedan veered into an underpass, tires screeching. The officer followed, her cruiser barely missing a concrete pillar. Under the dim orange glow of streetlights, the driver yanked the wheel, slamming through a barrier and onto a construction site. Dust exploded into the air as the car skidded past towering cranes and stacks of steel beams. The officer slammed on the brakes and jumped out, boots hitting the ground in a single fluid motion. She sprinted after the man, her flashlight cutting through the haze. The driver had abandoned the sedan and was climbing a rickety scaffold, his breath ragged in the frigid night air. The officer didn't hesitate. She gripped the cold steel bars. Hoisting herself up, the scaffold groaned under their weight, swaying dangerously. At the top, the man lunged for a dangling cable, attempting to swing to a nearby rooftop. He miscalculated. The cable snapped, and he fell hard onto a pile of debris. A cry of pain ripping through the silence. The officer leapt down after him, landing in a crouch. She drew her taser, her movements swift and precise. The man tried to scramble to his feet, but his injured leg buckled. He clawed at the ground, desperate to escape, but the officer was already there. With a single decisive motion, she cuffed his wrists. The man's breathing was shallow, his face pale beneath the mask. The officer hauled him to his feet, her grip unyielding. As she marched him toward the cruiser, the distant wail of sirens finally echoed through the night, signaling backup. The officer didn't glance back at the chaos left behind. Her focus remained on the man in her custody. The chase was over, and justice had caught up.